mother ask you to make something like that? Like, I just really want to know. Is it just my mama? Hello, all my crafty friends. Welcome to another episode with Marquita Makes. I'm Marquita, and I wanted to catch up with you guys on my works in progress. So, if you follow me on Instagram, you already know that my tank top that was made with the, I'll show you. My tank top that was made with the Beachy Breeze beautiful yarn and Unicorn Dream is still to be continued because I had a little mishap with the straps. So I didn't know I was going to play yarn chicken, but I played yarn chicken and I lost with this crochet thread. So hopefully I'll be able to complete it at a later time because I don't have time for it because Queenie Crochet's Make Long has already started and the theme is sweater weather. So this is where we are now. This is what happened. I found beautiful patterns. I found beautiful patterns from Brianna K, AllAboutAmi with Stephanie. Just love her work. And Brianna's, oh my goodness. And I also found a new lovely pattern with Yay for Yarn. They're all so beautiful. But this is the thing. The patterns are gorgeous, but some of the yarns I can't use. Now, I can't use the Coboo for AllAboutAmi's Rosewood cardigan. And I'm not going to say that Coboo is my favorite yarn because it's very splitty. It's a cotton and bamboo blend. It feels awesome. I have to say that. But it is very splitty, so I'm not loving, and this is where I am with this so far. I'm not loving the Coboo, but I can already tell the end result is going to be so worth the work. So that's where I am with that. So my first sweater of the cow will be, and I've shown it before, but I'll post it here, AllAboutAmi's Rosewood cardigan. I love it. It's gorgeous. It's everything that I want in a cardigan. The loose fit. It's really long pockets, the feel, that soft feel. But what I love about cotton is that it can be played up and played down. I'm not really a shiny material person. Like, I'm not crazy about silk that much, but silk blends are nice. And depending on what the silk is for also too, because I've made a head wrap with silk, glorious. But a top, a shawl, maybe. It's just the sheen, because it's just not part of my wardrobe or my look. I don't gravitate to it. Not that it's not nice, but I don't gravitate to it. So that's where I'm with one sweater. So mind you, I've already talked about 3 that I would like to do. Unfortunately, I chose a beautiful yarn. And you guys just keep seeing me show this, but it feels so good. It's very soft. It's Lion Brand's LB Collection Superwash Merino, and it's in their Color of the Year Terracotta. I thought that I would use this yarn with Brianna K's Valencia sweater. And these are all crochet patterns, by the way. Oh, I'm so sorry. If this is your first time here, and that's just my personality. I hate introductions. But if this is your first time here, on my channel, I mainly talk about crochet, and every now and then I'll probably throw in a new craft that I'm currently engaged in. If you would like to see some of my work, you can look me up on Instagram as at Knotty Crush. Knotty Crush. That's me. And see some of my work. But mainly this crochet podcast is just to talk to my yarny friends about what's going on on the yarn side of my life, and converse about new acquisitions, yarns, notions that I may have acquired, while still trying to be very mindful of how I spend and using what I have with gratitude. But that's the gist of my podcast. So this is not working out with Brianna K's pattern. If you see here, it's a very, I hope it focuses, you guys. It's a very springy yarn, which is beautiful, which is lovely. but the way, I hope you guys can see this, the way that it's spun, as you're working with it, needing to work in the back loops because of the spin, which is very pretty, it's so hard for me to see it. Even with the crochet light, it's just maneuvering this particular yarn I haven't found favorable. So what I did, my sweet, loving, dear husband gifted me with a gift card to Joann's. I love you, baby. Thank you. And so I decided to switch, and I already see the difference, to Lion Brand's Comfy Cotton Blend. Now, I mentioned before that I'm moving away from acrylic, and because I live in Alabama, Florence, Alabama, and it gets so hot here that I'm not really able to enjoy my makes that are mainly acrylic because they hold in the heat because it's like a plastic type of material. So I've been switching more towards cottons and bamboos and superwash merinos because I have wool allergy. And that's another reason why I couldn't use the yarn that Brianna K used in her pattern. One being that she used Lion Brand's jean yarn, which I love. I've used it also. It makes beautiful work. But it's discontinued, or I can't find it at my Joann's. And to the other, was it Mia? The other yarn that she used, or that she'd written in the pattern, I can't because of my wool allergy. I can only use superwash. So with that being said, if you can see the difference in, they're both 3 lightweights. They are. But here, the way that this is spun, I hope that you can see and it focuses, is much different from here. So this tight, spongy, and I love it. It's going to make a beautiful sweater. The way that I crochet, it's just not really working with Brianna K's pattern. And I can't use the other wool, so I've chosen Lion Brand's Comfy Cotton, and I think because of, I'm not exactly sure how to explain how it's woven, but with when I was working up the pattern, I just couldn't, it wasn't working for me. So I think that this looser spin will work better for me. So I just finished with fingering, and I'm going to be moving on to, not that one, I'm going to be moving on to another lightweight. Another lightweight. I'm starting to get a little bit burnt out with the smaller yarns. Not that I need instant gratification, but I am really busy, and sometimes just having that little, oh great, I finished it and it looks great, within maybe 2 or 3 days does feel good, especially in between. So my lovely sweet husband gifted me a very nice size gift card, I must say. Thanks, babe. And so it's allowing me to take a break from the smaller yarns and work on a sweater with a chunky. So I mentioned that I have a slight wool allergy. Well, and I'm getting away from acrylic. But I actually found these at Joann, and they're Buttercream Luxe Craft Cozy. I'm afraid they may be going on clearance. I found a lot of them, a sweater quantity worth, thank goodness. And 2, I mentioned that I was looking for yarns that were very similar to the knit collage yarns. I dug in my stash and I didn't find enough of chunky yarn that would be able to complete a whole sweater. So with this lovely gift from my husband, I was able to, I think I'm going to be able to make that same look of the Harley Sweater, Knit Collage's Harley Sweater with this yarn. So as I mentioned, it is from Joann. It's Joann's brand. Their Buttercream Luxe Craft Cozy. Each ball is, I guess you could say cake. It's 87 yards, 7 ounces, 200 grams, 80 meters for those that use the metric system. The recommended hook size is an M, so 9 millimeter, and it's a super bulky. So while I'm working on AllAboutAmi's Rosewood cardigan, I'm also gonna work a little bit too on, if it's not exactly like the Harley sweater, because I feel kind of like an imposter, you know, like more like a thief trying to make the exact same one, if because it's knit and I haven't seen a crochet pattern for it. I don't know how I feel about it, but what I liked about it were the squares. And mind you, I have made a Harry Styles cardigan before. I'll show a few pictures here. I think I may have 3 to show you, maybe a video, but I'll post it here. And my friend loved it. Now, the colors are not my style. I'm not a Harry Styles fan either, but I did love working the patches. That was genius. I think her name is JR. I'm not sure exactly what the designer's name is, but I'll list it here too. That was great, and I love that look. So even if I don't try to replicate the Harley sweater, although I love knit collages, wools, I'm not able to use them. But this, oh, and I didn't mention, it's a mix of superwash merino. I'm so excited about that. 50% superwash merino and 50% acrylic. But you know what? I just realized something. They're not all the same. So this one is what I just said, and this one is 50% superwash merino, 45% acrylic, and 5% viscose. And I think that's some type of bamboo plant type of substance. And this is the same as the other one. So I shouldn't get too hot in our warmer winter weather. So that might work. And I'm really, really excited about it. And I really appreciate the gift from my husband. That was so sweet of him. And I mean, it was exactly what I was looking for. So the MAL has started. I wasn't able to participate the first day because, on the bright side, my husband's younger friend proposed to his girlfriend, and he invited us to be there, and that was so kind. But I did miss the first Zoom meeting. I don't plan on missing any more of the Zoom meetings for Queenie Crochet's Make Along. But that's where I am with new yarns at this time, and kind of where I am with my whips. So 1 finished work and 1 starting, and I'm probably going to be a little bit slow in the progress, but I'll still share it with you guys if you're interested. So there's another thing. I went and visited my mom last month. Yay, we're both vaccinated. I know. But I went and visited my mom last month. And Mama, if you're watching this, hey Mama. And she asked me to make her something, which she rarely does. And I'm going to show you guys what she asked me to make. So if your mother, I mean, come on, seriously, what's your first impression when your mom asks you to make something? I mean, it's your mom. You're thinking poncho, maybe a sweater, not a skirt, not a top, but this? Okay, Mama, we'll do it. My mom has been so inspired by Aretha Franklin's new show, and I guess she must have looked her up and found this. I'm sure mine won't look exactly like that. I will try to find a pattern if I can find one. But this is going to be very interesting to see how it's going to work out. Now, mind you, I believe that's acrylic, and it looks like it's, excuse me, I believe it's cotton, and it looks like it's for warmer weather. And I don't have anything. She wanted gray. I have no gray in my stash, especially not any type of cotton. So I checked out, actually, 2 or 3 days, I think, after she, a week or so after she asked me, I told her I'd shop around for yarn. I think that's about right. Premier Yarn released their cotton sprout yarn. It all just happened like that. So I went ahead and I ordered a bit. I don't have the yarn today, but if I happen to have the yarn before receive the yarn, it's delivered to me before this airs, I'll include a clip. If not, I'll share it with you on the next episode. But this is going to be really interesting to see how that's going to go. I know. My mom, it was something I wasn't expecting. So I had mentioned on my Instagram just a little bit ago, because you know we all love how Google sends us previous photos from years on, and one was a pair of crochet sandals that I made. And when I saw it, it made me so happy, but it also took me back to that time where I was just beginning to venture out beyond hats and scarves. And it took me so long to figure out how to make them, how to secure them, and I mentioned that on my IG, my Instagram. And I wanted to talk to you guys about that. Mainly, when you're starting off, you may not feel that you're worthy to sell what you have. I know I really didn't. So I really appreciate the encouragement from my coworkers that really pushed me, and they weren't really pushing me to just be like a business owner, but to explore and appreciate and give of myself through my work and my art. But still, yarn's not free. And I wanted to say this: your work and your time is very valuable. And I really want you guys to know how much you are appreciated, whether the recipient of the person that's receiving the gift or however it goes. You're really awesome. And when you start to feel really confident in your work, and you feel that it's that time, and I hope it's sooner than later, you feel that it's that time where I should be compensated for what I do. I truly do hope that you price your work fairly. Consider the time, consider how much the material cost, especially if it's your own design. And that was another thing. I really enjoy watching the stories from I Play with Fiber, and she was mentioning how she really encourages her friends to not ask her to make something that they saw on the internet that someone else obviously made, and there's a pattern out there for it. So what she would say is, which is so wonderful, and it really supports our community, is, hey, buy the pattern, and I don't make that if she doesn't want to make it, but, or buy the pattern and I will make that. Or they buy the pattern and she encouraged them to find someone that can make it. And I just thought that spoke volumes. And I am not going to lie, I am guilty because I never looked at it like that. I had friends to say, well, I want to give it to you. And I really did appreciate that. But now being where I am and knowing all the work it takes to design. I have a friend that said it took her almost 2 years to write a pattern for a beanie. Almost 2 years. Why would I steal that from her? I can't do that. So I didn't mean to like jump all serious and everything, but that really resonated with me. I love Leah from I Play with Fiber. If you don't follow her, she has a YouTube channel, and she also is very active on her Instagram account. She is hilarious and so sweet and funny. You really, really enjoy her and her work. I mean, her personality's so big, but her work is amazing. Have no idea how Leah comes up with the things that she does, but they're all awesome. And what's really great is she is just as inspired as the next crafter. So we all have it within us to share our art, and I hope that that's what my podcast does. It encourages us all to continue to finesse and build and come together in our community. And speaking of finesse, I am just on a rant today. I was listening to someone, and I've received this compliment, so to say, before myself, that, oh, that looks store-bought. And I always knew it was a compliment, but there was just something about it that just doesn't sit quite right with me, because what I've done with my hands and my imagination cannot be compared with what you see on a table sitting out on clearance at Walmart. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's totally different. And I really do hope at some point we all use a different type of language when we talk about handcrafts. Like instead of, oh, that looks store-bought, how about, oh, that's finesse. That is impeccable. You know, like, because that's what it is. it's intricate, it's detailed, it's well crafted. That's what my work is. I mean, is it buy worthy? Is it sellable? Oh, of course. But you can't compare me to a machine. So anyways, I just want to rant a little bit about that. I don't know. I just hope too that as our community grows, the language and the jargon, you know, it changes and it encompasses all that we do. So anyways, I love crafting, you guys, and I'm so glad you are here with me to share in my joy and my passion. I love reading your comments. Thank you so much for the comments that you leave. They mean so much to me. You can tell my brain is working like super fast because I'm running all my words in together, but I really do mean it. I love my crafting community. It's been just a wonderful outlet and expression for me, which I've struggled with, and I won't keep talking about it, but seriously, it really is. So I've talked about Queenie Crochet's now, some new yarn for my sweet husband. Might as well say it's from him, right? So sweet of him. And I don't think I'm going to talk a whole lot more because honestly, I just don't have a whole lot of time. It's going to take me a very long time to get this Rosewood cardigan done, but I can't stop giggling about what my mom wants me to make. You guys tell me, how would you feel and what would you think if your mom's like, ooh, I want you to make me something, and this is what she shows you. Please, in the comments below, let me know what your thought. I mean, would your mother ask you to make something like that? Like, I just really want to know. Is it just my mama? Is it I love you, mama, but is it just my mama? Like, it just totally tripped me out. But it is really cute, and to be honest with you, if I really like it, probably gonna make myself one too. So there's no hate there, mom. You have really good taste. I just thought it was hilarious. But that's all I really have to talk about with you guys today because I'm going to be really busy with this now and my full-time job. But it's so great to be able to grab a few minutes and share this with you, and hopefully we connect sooner than later. I've been trying to make videos weekly, but I do want the content to remain, you know, high quality. And if so, I may switch to one video every 2 weeks. I don't know how you feel about that, but I hope you do appreciate that. I want the quality of the content to stay high. So once again, thank you so much for joining me. If you, I always forget to ask you guys, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already and you've enjoyed some of my content, please subscribe and hit that notification button so you'll be sure to know when the next video uploads. But in the meantime, you guys, please continue crafting, continue stitching your stress away, #stitch your stress away. Please use it because it's so encouraging when we all see it. And you guys take care and be safe out there. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.